Welcome everyone to NASCAR Racing 2003 season, or for those of us who have been around a while, NR 2003. So a lot of people were asking me, since NASCAR 21 hasn't worked out well at all, how are you going to get your NASCAR fix? Where are you going to do your NASCAR racing? And the answer was really one of two ways. First is NR 2003. And the second is I could simply go back to the NASCAR Heat Series with Heat 5. Either of those options would have been perfectly fine, but I chose to go back to NR 2003 for a few reasons. Number one, this is a game that I have countless number of hours in. For those of you who are not familiar, the original BR tracks were done by me back in 2002, 2003, and so on. So I have a long history with this game. I also did a lot of work on what was originally going to be called BR 2004 and spent countless hours working with physics within the executable there. We had some legal issues that caused all that to get shelved, but after a very long history with this game, it has always been installed on my hard drive, but up until now, I haven't been able to spend a lot of time playing it because I spend most of my time playing the games that I end up recording for the channel. So this gives me a great excuse to go back and spend a lot more time in this game. We're going to do some different things here in NR 2003. We're going to maybe use some different mods, some different tracks. We got an opportunity to do a lot of different things, but for today's video, I wanted to bring you guys in and I wanted to do a short race at one of the BR tracks. One of the original BR tracks that I did, just to have a little bit of fun. And then as we move forward, we'll work our way into it deeper and deeper. So there's a lot going on here behind the scenes. For those of you who are familiar with the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This game has a lot to it. But for those of you who might not be familiar with NASCAR Racing 2003 season or NR 2003, I want to give you a brief history lesson. We don't want to go into a lot of detail here, but I'll give you a brief history of why this game is still relevant. So the NASCAR Racing Series was developed many years ago from a company called Papyrus. And that actually is the company that would go on to become iRacing. So if you're familiar with iRacing, you're familiar with some of the key players from the Papyrus company back in the day that developed the NASCAR Racing Series. NR 2003 ended up being the final game in that series because they lost the NASCAR license to EA, which created the Thunder Series and had so many of those games under that umbrella. So this was the very final installment in the NASCAR Racing Series, but there were several more even going back before this one. So now, why is it still around to this day and still has such a dedicated player base? Well, for several reasons. Number one, and very important currently, is that the AI are really good in this game. Now, that certainly doesn't mean they're perfect. They have some limitations here as well. But in this game, the AI are very predictable. They race very well, even in close quarters, and it makes for a lot of fun. Of course, then there is the online play. A lot of fun has been had in NR 2003 and the online multiplayer that is still very much alive today, and that is very good to see that this game continues to live on. Also, there's still new content that is being produced, new tracks, new mods, one of which you're looking at on the screen right now, the MENCS mod, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup or the Nextel Cup mod. This is a mod that just came out a few years ago, and hopefully we're going to be getting a new mod for the cars that are coming out, the next-gen cars that are coming out in 2022 and beyond. So you have different physics sets, you have different mods, different modded tracks coming into the game, and thankfully there are a lot of graphics tweaks that you can do to the game to at least attempt to bring the game a little closer to up-to-date from a graphics perspective. Now, I do want to warn you guys, you're not going to be seeing next-gen graphics in this series for a couple of reasons. Number one is that, well, this is a game from 2003, so you can't expect that you're going to get the latest ray tracing and all of the graphics tweaks and updates from the newest graphics cards and the newest games. That's simply not going to happen. But there are some things that you can do to the graphics in the game as for the cars and the tracks to really help things out. And I have done as much of that as I can and still keep the game stable. If I push the graphics too hard, especially when I'm recording, because that takes a lot of computer power as well, but if I push the graphics too hard, then the game starts to crash a lot. So I have backed off of that some, and this is basically the best compromise that I can come up with. Now, as far as what we're going to be doing today, let's talk about the mod and the track that we're going to be using. I mentioned earlier the MENCS, very popular mod that has been out now for a few years. Let's actually let's go first to the player info. And this is the car that I will be driving. One of the paint schemes done for this mod, and I absolutely love this paint scheme. Now, there are multiple paint schemes that I love, but as far as the one I wanted to drive, the Tide car, the 44 Tide car is absolutely amazing and cannot wait to get in game with this car. But since we're going to be driving from the cockpit, you're not really going to have much of an opportunity to see my car, so I thought I would show it to you first off. Now, this is a car set that I am using along with customized ratings as well. There is a lot that you can dig deep into in this game. AI, car sets, paint schemes, you name it, it's available in this game, and you can spend just as much time as you want on it, and trust me, I have. And it's ongoing, it never stops. But here are some of the paint schemes that you guys are going to see on the track once we hit the track. So there are 34 active drivers. And again, these are paint schemes that I've picked up from various places. And I'm going to list some of those places down in the description below for today's video. None of these paint schemes were done by me. The mods were not done by me, but some of the tracks were done by me. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. So as I flip through some of these, again, these are all paint schemes that are done by people that are much more talented than I am. So I take exactly no credit for any of this. Okay, so those are some of the paint schemes. And again, 34 total that we have in here. All the ratings were done by me. And I'll do a separate video in the near future where I go through sort of my process of coming up with the AI ratings. There is no right or wrong way of doing it. It is all personal preference and the way you want the AI to behave. Do you want them to spread out over the course of a green flag run, or do you want them to be more pack oriented and stay much closer together? There are no wrong answers. It is all completely up to you, but I will do a separate video for that. Now, over the course of this series, we'll be using a lot of different tracks from some different authors, and that is something I am very excited to do. But there are a few that I know quite well, and those are the BR tracks, as those are the ones I did way back in 2003, 2004, and so on. So we're going to start out with a few of those since I know those the best. So we'll start out with CaliforniaBR, and the reason we're doing that is because I haven't gotten to see a race at California or Fontana in quite some time, and it is one of my favorite tracks because it is so big and so wide. It gives you plenty of room to fan out and race as many wide as you want. So what we're going to be doing today is a 15% race, which equates to 38 laps. We'll of course have all 34 cars. Now here's where it's going to get interesting. I am going to have it on 100% strength, and I have no idea how strong the AI are going to be. I've been working with the ratings and changing a lot of things to test a lot. And so these guys may run off and leave me, and we may not even be able to keep up with the back of the field, or we may be in decent shape to run somewhere in the pack. But either way, it is going to be an absolute blast, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I'm going to. All right, let's get this race started. Of course, we're going to be starting on the back straightaway. So as we get ready to take the green, again, is a lot of unknowns here for me. The setup I'm using is nothing special. I've tried to make something that was fairly secure and fairly stable since
get ready now.
It's
going green.
It's going to take a lot for me to get back into it, get the feel of this game again. But I absolutely love this track. big and wide, multiple grooves. I mean, it is a BR track after all. What fun is a track if you don't have multiple grooves? But what really brings a smile to my face are the AI. Oh, it is going to be such a welcome thing to be able to race against the AI. All right, so let's see what kind of speed we've got. We'll try to baby it here for the first few corners. Hopefully we don't spin this thing out. Listen to that engine roar. Hopefully the engine sound is not going to be too loud for you guys. But after not being able to hear the engine pretty much at all in NASCAR 21 for a while, I really want to let this thing sing a little bit.
43.002. Car outside. Stay low. Keep low.
Look out.
Still there.
With little small adjustments that the AI make mid-corner as they're on and off the gas, just trying to make it all work. Everybody, of course, is still there.
Outside.
There's that wonderful helicopter right there at the entrance to turn 3. I'd so forgotten about that.
Keep low.
All right, cars handling pretty good.
Keep low.
So far, so good. All right, I'm sort of trying to peek out here and get a look at the AI behavior because I'm always tweaking and testing. So I'm always looking to see, you know, what are the AI doing? Are they behaving the way I want them to? Because if they're not, oh, look out.
Outside.
All right, let's see if we can start to make a few passes here.
Stay low. Stay low.
I don't know if we're going to have enough speed to move up through the field very much.
Keep low.
You can see he's not giving me a whole lot of room out there, but he's giving me enough.
Still there. Clear outside.
Oh, listen to that engine sing.
40.939.
Oh, I hear that left front dragging a little bit on corner entry. So to everyone who worked on the MEN CS mod, huge kudos to you and a huge thank you to you for all your hard work. These cars look amazing. The paint schemes look amazing. You guys did great work. Now in the top right hand corner you can see the frames per second, which right now are in somewhere around 70 and above. But again, that is a compromise that I've had to make. Now, not so much with this track, because of course this track is still the original track from when I did the BR tracks way back in 03, 04, somewhere along in there. But some of the other tracks that we're going to see in future videos that were done much more recently have much better textures and are going to look amazing. But unfortunately, I can't let them look quite as amazing as they should.
40.580.
But that's okay. As long as everything is working and we're having fun racing, that is really what matters to me the most. All right, so we've made up a few spots here, so at least they didn't run off and leave us. And we got plenty of laps here. What was it, 39 laps, I believe, in the race. I want to get a good chuckle every time we drive by the entry to turn 3 and I see that helicopter sitting right there at the entry. I love it. All right, so running just inside the top 30, trying to catch a little draft. All right, car's rotating pretty good. It could definitely be better, that's for sure. If this car were freer and rotated better, we could definitely pick up some speed. But right now it's doing exactly what I need it to do. It's stable, and it's giving me something I can race with without having to worry about wrecking so much.
Keep low. Clear outside.
All right, you can see the field starting to spread out some. Of course, we don't want to really lose the pack. There's a lot of draft to be had. We are using the CTS. You might have seen that on the main screen. For those of you who might not be familiar, CTS are the physics that we're using here, which are the truck physics. And there is a lot of draft, very strong draft in the trucks. So if we can just hang on to these guys in front of us, then I'm thinking we might have enough speed to run them down. But we just need to stay close enough. So there are multiple grooves on the track. Again, for those of you who might not be familiar with the concept behind the BR track, I made these tracks not for graphic purposes. I made the edits to the default tracks that came with the game to add multiple grooves. Now, if I had it all to do over again, knowing what I know now, I would have done things a little differently, but they accomplished my goal at the time. But yeah, there are definitely some things I would do a little bit differently, and I think that would make them a lot more fun and challenging. But the idea is that by default, the tracks only had a single groove. Oh, I really wanted to keep my momentum there, but you could hear me back out of that. Now, I've been having some pedal issues. I use a Logitech G920 for all my content. And it is, oh, you're going to let me in here. Yeah, you can see, he raced me hard down in there, but he gave me enough room once I got there. And that is all I could ask. Couldn't quite keep up with him on exit there. He had the momentum on him.
7, 9.
Oh, got real tight, but you can see right there in the middle of the corner. So I need to time my run better so that when he lifts that little bit to try to get it to rotate mid-corner. All right, let's see if we can do the same thing here. Oh, didn't quite time it the way I needed to. I thought we were going to get him right there. But that's how close you can run with these guys. And you can even bump and rub a little bit with them. And everything should be fine. Again, that is a very refreshing change. Let's see if we can stay in it here. Oh, yep, I just cannot quite get by this guy. So it looks like 28th is where we're stuck right now. Oh, we're going to drive it down in there this time.
Still there.
Yeah, there we go. It's stuck.
Clear.
All right, so now I need him to drop in behind me, give me some draft from behind as I try to draft the guys in front.
1, 2.
But I'll tell you, my preference is to get these guys spread out. That's my preference, not because I don't like the pack racing, but I like to change it up a little bit from track to track. I don't like to have pack racing everywhere. We'll save that for Daytona and Talladega. And maybe some other places like Michigan. But I definitely don't want it at every track. But more often than not, I'm going to be looking for ways to spread these guys out a little bit. But right now, it looks pretty good because the draft is keeping everybody together. But as we run more and more laps, tires start to wear a little bit more. We are right on this guy. So I'm trying to stay in the draft, but peek out to see if I have anything for him on the straightaway. I do not. Yeah, we're going to drive it down in here.
Still there.
Oh, love the feel of this car. The truck physics always were so much fun. You know it's a blast when it doesn't matter where you're running in the field. It's just fun. Oh, look out.
Still there.
Front end's hitting the track enough on entry that it's really making it hard to turn the car. So I'm still trying to press my luck on entry. driving it in as deep as I can, because I know these guys are a little bit slower mid-corner, and so we should be able to make the pass if we can just hang with them down the straight. All right, so one position at a time.
40.907.
Oh yeah, there we go. We got to run on them now. You can see in the corners we can make up some time. We just got to be able to do something with them on
Clear outside.
straights.
Outside.
Again, we'll drive it down in here.
Still there. Clear.
Oh, there we go. Let's get right behind this 47. Let Stenhouse tow us. So again, I apologize if my voice is being drowned out. Oh, we got a car on our inside here.
Clear. Car inside.
Move up a lane.
Clear.
Oh yeah, that worked out nicely.
Clear.
All right, let's see if we've got enough to hang with them. Their engine is pretty strong.
Car inside. Still there. Stay high.
There we go. Center of the corner is where we got them
Clear
right now.
inside.
This is bringing back so many memories. Again, it's been a long time since I've driven at this track. And of course, NASCAR is leaving this track behind for a brand new configuration in the near future. All right, so we've made the pass, and now we've run out of cars to pass in the immediate vicinity. So if you take a look in the top toward the left-hand corner of the screen, you'll notice that we have live timing and scoring. So let's see if we can actually catch these guys in front of us. I have my doubts, simply because they have the draft. We no longer have that draft back here. So, oh yeah, they're close to 4 seconds. That draft is really helping them. Let's see, my spotter was just trying to tell me how many laps to go, but I was running my mouth, so I did not hear him. So let's hop over to F1. 20 to go. Okay. So we're halfway, basically. Yeah, I can hear that front end dragging on entry. Means I got it sucked down there pretty good.
41.351.
I can help that some simply by lifting a little bit earlier on corner entry. This is a track in the truck that you can run wide open. But with this setup, I am not going to be able to do that. Especially not 20 laps into the line. I'm not out of the gas too much though. Not when we have some open track here. But you can see these guys in front of us are definitely pulling away.
41.453.
So the real key is, can these guys behind us come back to us? How do their tires wear, and what kind of speed do they have on the longer run versus what I have? Right now they're hanging right in there with me, 4 or 5 tenths behind.
41.41.
Yeah, these guys in front, you can see they're already almost 6 seconds ahead. And that is the draft, in part. Part of it, they're just fast. But you can see they're still sticking pretty close together up there. Again, that's your draft playing a huge role. Also notice that LaJoy is coming back to us. He has followed us through. 3/10 behind him, so he has some long run speed. He's making it happen. So as things stand currently, it looks like we're somewhere around a 25th place car in this field, and I'm okay with that. I have the AI ratings pretty strong right now on both the driver and car side of things. So the fact that we slot in somewhere, fairly close to the middle of the field, I'm okay with that.
41.275.
And I have enough spread and, shall we say, randomness in the ratings that every race should be a little bit different experience. So one race you might run 24th, next race you might be 21st, one race you might even be struggling to keep in the top 30. There's enough spread there in the ratings to keep things interesting, especially when the AI are as fun to race against as these are. And we're definitely going to put that to the test when we get to some of the tracks like Daytona or Talladega, where we're going to be 3 wide lap after lap after lap. And that's where it's going to test my ability to hold the car steady. All right, so far, we're able to beat the draft of the guys behind us. They can't pull us. All right, so how many laps do we have left? All right, 13. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to have a little fun.
41.5.
Let's move around the track a little bit. Get up here and run this wall a little bit. Oh, can I get enough turn? Oh, yeah. Now, that's not going to be the fastest way around, so that's probably going to bring these guys back to us, if not past us. Here I had to get out of the gas, and I mean ever so slightly. Okay, so we're a little bit tight to really do what I want to do up there, which is let it all hang out.
41.824.
But you know good and well I'm going to do it again.
Inside. Stay high. Clear inside.
Oh, couldn't quite. Trying to stay in the gas there. We rubbed that wall a little bit. You have to be careful of the wall suck. That wall glue is real in this game. So since we know we can't get to the guys in front, we'll try to have some fun with these guys back here. Oh, just cannot quite do it. So like I said, car's it's nice and sturdy. It's very stable. Just needs to be a little bit freer to get some rotation in the car. Ooh, almost got up here too far.
You're up top, 3 wide.
Oh, that's what I wanted to hear.
Clear.
Let's bring these guys in here. Let's get a little racing going.
Car inside. Keep high.
But you don't have to go all the way to the top.
Inside.
You stick in the middle of the track as well.
Keep high.
Yeah, if we really want to get that high side working, we're going to need to be a lot
You're
freer.
up top, 3 wide.
Let's work this 3 wide a little bit.
41.705. You're up top, 3 wide. Inside. Still there. Stay high.
All right, let's see where we come off the
Stay
corner.
high.
Oh, that was a good corner. We were able to pull them. Look at our speed down the straightaway. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. It's just nothing like it, being able to move around the track, find some speed, find some room for when you're 2 and 3 wide. Plenty of room out here.
252.
Now I want to see if we can find our way by the 6 using this different lane while still maintaining behind us. It looks like these guys have gotten racy behind us. Oh, am I going to be able to stay in it? This thing is really tight. There we go.
Keep high.
All right, we were able to pull alongside. Let's see if we can make the pass.
41.417, clear. Inside.
Main thing is, can I keep it off the fence? Coming off the corner? Oh, yeah. Running just a little bit lower gives me the room I need to let it drift off the corner. And sure enough, we're back by Newman. You can just see the car just getting so tight. But we're still hammered down.
41.867. Inside. Keep high.
All right, so we'll play around here a little
Keep
bit.
high.
And these guys will come back to us. There comes the 6 car.
Car inside.
I'm hoping some others will come with it. We'll get some more 3 wide.
Clear. Inside. Stay high. Keep high. Clear inside. 41.841.
Got in there really deep that time.
Inside.
You can see that cost me. Not too bad, but still, it was deeper than I needed to get in there.
Car inside. Still there.
But this is the kind of thing you can do in this game.
Keep high.
The AI are just fine racing nearby you.
Still there. Just 5 more to go.
As close as you want to race.
41.571.
And boy, is that refreshing to say.
Stay high. You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside. Clear.
It looks like we got a total of 4 cars here right together. Oh no, never mind. 5 cars. We got one more just barely hanging on back there. It looks like Justin Haley's trying to hang on to this little group we've got.
.298.
So far my pedals seem to be okay. The problem is with the potentiometer, it is not doing so well. It doesn't always recognize full throttle and jumps around sometimes, so hopefully I can get that addressed on a more long-term basis with some serious cleaning.
41.4.
But for right now, it seems to be okay. Oh!
Car inside. Clear inside. Car inside.
You might say that was a bit too deep into
Still
the
there.
corner.
You're up top. 3 wide.
Oh, now we'll have a little fun. All right, are we going to go to the back of this little group? Pretty
Still
close.
there.
So we're side by side with Stenhouse
Clear.
right now. This is the way racing is supposed to be. Just pure
Keep
fun.
high. Just 2 to go. 41.895. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Stay high.
How many laps do we have left? I feel like I could just do this all day. Oh, there's your answer.
Car inside.
White flag comes out.
Still there. Keep high.
And you notice the timing of that.
You're up top, 3 wide.
So that means we have fallen way
Clear.
behind the leaders. So they have some serious speed up there.
Inside. Still there. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
All right, here we go. We're going to the top again, because of course we are.
Keep high. Still there.
All right, I was able to leave myself enough room
Keep high.
that I didn't have to get out of the gas.
Stay high.
Ooh, that's still tight. Very tight, very tight, very tight. All right, we're right here with him.
Still there.
Are we going to be able to beat Newman? No. He got us.
There's the flag. It's
All
over.
right. So, folks,
Okay, that's
there
it.
you have
We'll get
it.
them next time.
A little bit of fun in NASCAR Racing 2003 season at CaliforniaBR. Again, one of my favorite tracks because it is so big and wide, so much room. Very similar to Michigan in that respect, but Michigan is even faster. So that'll do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And again, let me know if there's a certain track that you want to see me go to here in the game. Let me know, and I will see if I can make it happen. But again, thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more in our 2003.